Hey guys, Tonic here. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at some of the new quality of life changes over on the PTS. There are a few changes and some of them are pretty cool, so let's get right into it. First up, stamp prices have been lowered. This is a huge change because on live servers, the prices for some of the expedition plans are extremely expensive, but now on the PTS, things are a bit cheaper. Now we do have the auto wax in there for 500 stamps, and there's also the cold shoulder for another 500, but looking around here, most of the plans are being sold for a lot less. For a direct comparison, I took two screenshots. The one on the left is from live servers and the one on the right is from the PTS, and as you can see, prices are way down. Now instead of paying 85 stamps for the auto wax burning mod, you're just going to have to pay 40. And that's how most of these plans are. A lot of them are half off and some are reduced even more. For example, the trench runner's coat towards the bottom is currently going for 175 stamps, but on the PTS it is now only 50 stamps. So a pretty big change right there. But that is not the only big change happening with expeditions. Another huge change on the PTS right now is that the White Spring Refuge daily quests will reward you with treasury notes instead of a charge to the ultrasight battery. And the reason for this is because you no longer need a fully charged battery to travel to the pit. As you can see here, the battery charge is completely gone off the UI, and I can just freely travel over to the pit. This is massive because the daily quests to charge a battery were honestly kind of a hassle, but now we don't have to do them. We can just travel without having to cook or donate supplies or anything like that. Now if you are a new player or maybe starting out a new character, even though we don't have to charge the battery anymore, you still will need to complete the intro quest to expeditions before you can travel to the pit. But after you get that done, it looks like we can now freely travel back and forth without having to do any of those dailies. I really like this change and I really hope that it makes it into the live servers. Next up, we have a couple of new game settings. First, we have a new one that lets you disable targeting grenades and mines. You can select none, only my own, or all. Selecting none when I throw a grenade, it just won't show up in VATS anymore. This is a really nice change for VATS focused builds. I'm pretty stoked about this one because I love the XP farm in Huntersville, and around the town there's these mines kind of placed in the woods, and I always end up snapping to a mine instead of the enemy I'm trying to fight. But now with this setting, I don't even have to worry about that anymore, and I can just fight without my VATS targeting some random mines off in the woods. So I really cannot wait for this one to go live. This next setting will let you disable muzzle flash and impacts. This is how my handmade looks normally with all of these settings on, but going into the game settings we can't disable them, and now when I shoot there is no muzzle flash or bullet impacts. Personally, I kind of like how the impacts and muzzle flash look, so I won't be using these settings, but it is neat to have that option now. And this next setting is called Advanced Mod Descriptions, and you can find this as well under the game settings. With this on, it will basically just tell you exactly how certain mods will change your weapons. So for example, if I want to change the Elder's Mark and maybe throw on a suppressor, down at the bottom it says plus 12% recoil and plus 50 per shot recoil. And muzzle brake is going to give it plus 10 recoil and plus 200 per shot recoil. And this works with pretty much anything, so a light barrel, plus 3 aim speed, plus 25 hipfire accuracy, plus 30 sighted accuracy, and plus 10 recoil. And this is just a really cool thing. You can see exactly what these mods do to your weapons. It's pretty convenient, and I can definitely see this being very helpful to newer players. And continuing on with these weapon changes, right here is my bloodied handmade, and it says damage increases up to 95% as health decreases, currently at plus 74%. However, if I go ahead and shoot myself in the legs with a gamma gun, it is going to lower my health. And if I go back and look at that weapon, it now says 84% instead of 74%. And this doesn't just work with bloodied weapons, it works with pretty much anything that is going to fluctuate. So taking a look here at this Aristocrat's weapon, it says up to 50% damage based on caps you have, currently 13%. And right now if I go ahead and look at my character, I don't really have a whole lot of caps on there, so I'm not getting close to the max damage possible with an Aristocrat's weapon. Again, this one is kind of a smaller change, but it's just kind of cool to see. Lastly, when picking up legendary items, they will now show up on the left side of your screen instead of in the middle. This is another really small change, but it's a good one. Now if you're fighting or maybe trying to do something, you won't have this huge weapon or armor piece that's just floating in the middle of your screen spinning around. It's just going to show up on the left now, and I think it looks way better. But that is pretty much going to be it for this video. I just wanted to take a quick look at some of the new quality of life changes. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on these down in the comments below. Personally, if I had to pick a favorite, it's definitely got to be the expedition changes. I think those are actually really good. So hopefully all of this makes it into the next update. But again, that is pretty much going to be it for this one, so I would like to say thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. And as always, I would like to give a massive thank you to all of the channel members: Blake Heath, David McDermott, Barrett Codes, Argent Deer, Joe Pervincente, Shaky Hands Workshop, Mizader, Leo the Collector Plays, Esdeath93, Loopy, Adam Steinson, Terry Lockridge, Zapper, Robert Kennard, CRM114, Theodore, Slappy Sauce, King Kittens, Omniprotus, Victrix, Axel, Kevin W, Anna S, Fallout McFly, Networkgate, Golty, Lanthar, Captain Awesome, Citizen Girl, Heather Henderson, Patrick Ruda, 23 Icefire, Jay Smith, Bowser Double Frank, Christy Mellon Schwitz. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys, and have a great day.